What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Lightless Fair and Prince, coming at y'all once again. Hopefully, I'm talking loud enough. I think my volume was lower yesterday. Either or, I speak pretty loudly. And again, as I always say, this does not constitute legal advice, nor does it constitute anything anti-government. The sole purpose of this video, and if there's a video in regards to anything I say on my channel, is for informational and educational purposes only. Use at your own behest. All right. You watch this around children too, also. Even though I also put in my video cues, I said time and time again. Now, I'm gonna cook on this topic. I'm gonna cook on this, okay? And I'm gonna cook on this topic because I still think it's a little misunderstood to some, to some, not all. That we need to understand what is called sticking to your guns in regards to your response, which is why this video is going to be titled Proofs of Claim Continue. Now, the reason why I said proofs of claim continue is because I'm going to say this further in furtherance because it's not going to be a relatively short video, but it's not going to be a relatively long, drawn out one either. Right? Here we go. What you have to understand is whenever you do any type of transaction in commerce and a dispute arises as to who owes who, we need to clearly understand you or them are either going to do one of two things. If they say, for instance, I'm going to use this as an example Visa Sky Miles, such and 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 such, right? All these things telling you all this good stuff. Notice one thing it's an offer. Again, it's an offer. Now, say for instance, you like, might want to look into that, right? First thing you do, we all know this. You put in an application, you apply, right? But we have to understand what application means in the strict legal sense as opposed to just the literal English. What are you putting on the application? You're putting your personal information on it. That's what you're applying to it. Not for something, but you're applying your information to it. You'll never get that Visa Sky Miles if you didn't apply your personal information for consideration. So when they consider it and you get this letter in the mail that comes a few days later down the line, oh, you have been approved. Do you think that's because you did something special or that you're some type of special person? No. They ran your application through a process. Okay? So the reason why I'm not fast talking on this because I want people to understand the strict words I'm using in emphasis to who owes who what. They give you the card in the mail a few days later, blah blah blah, or a few days later. First you're gonna get your letter of approval, 7 to 10 days. Why do you think it takes 7 to 10 days to get your card? Because they're now applying the information that you put on the application to the card. But what you don't know is what goes on behind the scenes. See, what they did was they did what they call receivables. They went and did all their homework through the process to make sure it goes through its process to make sure it applies to you now. See, what they did was basically take your information, which is your credit, and put it through a process, which they put on their books as basically saying, hey, we gave you something. Now, nobody really reads the paperwork when they get their card. First thing they want to do is activate it. That's where you fuck up. And I'm going to tell you why that's where you fuck up. Because once you activate the card, you have now made an tacit admission that you, for something you didn't know, basically told them, I'm going to use credit, but in regards to using credit, I'm agreeing to paying you back. See, you can never owe a credit card debt if you never activate the card. Can't. That's why they say your card has now been activated. It's on now. It's on. Now, a lot of people be like, oh, you're supposed to use it to build. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Oh, they give you a spending limit. Now they're telling you how to spend your own credit because you didn't read the paperwork. People are so stuck in believing I have several credit cards. Yeah, but guess what you have? You have incurred liability on yourself. What is debt? Let's define this. Let's legally define what debt is if you doubt what I'm saying. Okay, the individual who loans you the credit card, because that's all they gave you was a card. They didn't give you credit. They just gave you the card to use your own. If that makes sense to anybody, that's all it means. The term creditor means any person who offers or extends credit. Watch this, creating a debt, or to whom a debt is owed, but such term does not include any person to the extent that he receives an assignment or transfer of a debt and default solely for the purpose of facilitating collection of such debt in such manner. Layman's terms, what did I say? They created it. They drew up the paperwork. They ran the approval because you applied for it. And let me tell you why a lot of people fuck up when it comes to these cards. Let's talk about it. What is debt now? The term debt means obligation or alleged obligation. Now, there's a fine line between here, so stick with me. Or alleged obligation out of a consumer to pay money arising out of a transaction in which the money, well, it wasn't money, property, insurance, or services which are the subject of the transaction are primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, whether or not such obligation has been reduced to judgment. I know I said a mouthful legally. So remember, they are creating something called a debt. If you never activate the card, who's stuck with it? Them. But because people are ignorant of the usage of certain language, let me enlighten you. Notice what I said. So let's just say, in instance, you do use it. You know, they're keeping a list of all the transactions that you've made. So what are they doing? They're creating a ledger, right? So then they turn around and then they send you this. Hold on, let me slide. Let's just say they send you something that looks like this, right? all of the interest charge, fees charge, cash advances, blah, 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 blah. New balance, past due balance, blah, blah, blah. Late payment warnings, all this. This is not more than a statement saying you owe. Now, this is where people default. When they get these notices, first thing they do, ignore them. That's your first fucking mistake. That's your first fucking mistake is ignoring it. If you use a credit card in any instance, it is your job. It is your duty. It is your responsibility, meaning response. In regards to this statement, here's why I said it in the previous video. And I know people didn't catch me when I said this. When people see this, their first obligation, that's what I'm saying, obligation, is to go reach in their wallet, hit a couple keys, and it's over with. That's where you fucked up. That's where you fucked up. Because anytime you get this or any type of statement, your first duty is to ask, how the fuck do I owe you? Drop a gem on. Because just because this is what it says, doesn't mean I have to acquiesce to it. Now, a lot of idiots be like, well, you used it. Duh. So obviously, I'm asking, how am I responsible for this shit? That is your duty. That's your responsibility. This helps you in further incurring liability. I said it videos before. There is a such thing, a simple piece of paper called a creditor disclosure statement. It is your responsibility to send this to them along the statement in which you're inquiring. You are inquiring about not the amount, never the charge. How do I owe you this? How do I, the natural person, owe you this? What you have to understand, this consists of several elements. Name and address of collector, which is whoever sent you the statement, and name and address of debtor, which is you, allegedly. Notice what I'm saying. It's all allegation. And you put your account number in there. Now, this is your question to them. What are the terms of assignment for this account? You may attach a fax of any records relating to such terms. Don't send me the statement again. Send me the assignment. Black's Law Dictionary, 8th edition. You have to understand, there are certain questions you have to ask. Have any insurance claims been made by any creditor regarding assignment on this account? Has the purported balance of this account been used in any tax deduction claims? Yes or no? Please list the particular products and services sold by the collector to the debtor and the dollar amount each. This is where you'll win in court, because I'm telling you, they will never send this shit back signed. Here we go. Upon failure or refusal of collector to validate collection action, collector agrees to waive all claims against the debtor named herein and pay debtor for all costs and attorney fees in regards to legal action. If they don't return it, you don't owe shit. So what you're supposed to do is get on the phone and talk to somebody and say, hey, I haven't received a response from you in regards to account number such and such and such. It's been 10 days. I haven't had any debt validated. Well, I'll send you over to the department. Do that. And then you turn around, you tell that person in regards to what I just said on the date of the statement in regards to it. Because you know if they don't send it back to you, they have to send you a voucher. Or you can take them to court, just like they'll take your ass to court. And then you tell them, I want the account canceled because you never gave me an assignment. I never really received anything from you. You alleged that you gave me something. And I want to know the truth in commerce about what you say you loaned me. You'll never get the fucking answer. And that's in less than 16 goddamn minutes. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta let me cook. Y'all gotta let me cook. I'm gonna cook with you. I'm not gonna pussyfoot with this. Because once you send them that letter of default, you didn't default. They did. So if you want and they refuse to give you your credit back, take their ass to court. And you let them know this will ensue in legal action if I do not receive my credit within 72 hours. I'm putting you on full notice. I will sue your ass. Because what you just did was commit identity theft. Yeah. I don't owe nobody on no motherfucking credit card. You think I don't use this myself? I've shown y'all many videos. We're still going to send you statements. Cease and desist. Don't send me no statements because you sending me a statement means that you're not willing to acknowledge your fault. And to commit a crime in commerce, there's a fine of $500,000. And you can place the individual who alleged the debt in involuntary bankruptcy. Don't believe me though. Not believe me. It's a slow process. But I tell you, the moment you get that statement, don't ever put them statements off. Y'all have to y'all have to know you have consumer laws that help you. It's not for them. It's for your protection. That's why I know my videos have been getting a lot of traction lately. It's your job as viewers to share this information so it can grow. Because the algorithm ain't popping. Too much heat over here. It's y'all information. When I tell you contact me personally and we whatever, I don't give a damn if we got to get on a Google Meet call and I explain to you myself. Or we get invite. It doesn't matter to me. The truth will prevail one way or another. You know, I try to tell y'all, this is how this works. They can never take you to court because they have no proofs of claim. All they have is saying a statement. You show them that, you show the court, I, in good faith, sent this to them with the cover letter, specifically saying within this certain amount of time. So what we here for in court? Why we here? What Gigi said? I got court tomorrow. I ain't showing up. I got shit to do. That's real talk. People do not get this, but I want you to get it so you can keep yourself from these predators. Their offers are bullshit. If y'all review most of the cards that y'all possess, most of them tell them they ain't shit. Y'all don't even do y'all homework with most of these people. They tell you, oh, you can build your own credit. Well, if I need your credit card and I got to put my own fiat in it, then fuck that shit. That's just another obligation for you to be in my financial business. That's the truth. That is the significant fucking truth. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I am flying. Last time I checked, I don't have wings. Telling y'all, stop letting these people abuse y'all. They'll send you a letter talking about go to court. So that's harassment. That's inducing you to, oh, I don't want to go to court. I mean, that's mob tactics. You know what I tell them? They ever sent me some shit like that? I'm gonna take you to court. Let's go. Shit, I don't even remember the last time I wore a knife. I'm saying, go up in there like, yo, because I have my proofs. See, we don't go to court alleged to what somebody say. You go by what you can prove. What did Denzel say in training day? It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. He said it for a reason. You have to show that you have made the first attempt to resolve the matter before you went to court. So the judge can order them to pay you back. That's a judgment on them, not you. All you did was take it, flip it right on his head. Because I'm telling you right now, in regards to this is not legal advice again. This is education. If you put your paperwork off, there's a such thing called the word tacit or acquiescence. Whichever one you wish to use is both the same. It's synonymous. It's the same. A tacit admission means you didn't respond to them in a certain time. So that's why on certain things they be like, "Well, you got up to this day. You got up to this time. You got." They're doing that for a reason because if you don't respond, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Period. Hands down. Ain't no argument. Where your proof? Because they're going to bring that against you, a claim, which is all it is, a claim. And you up there empty-handed, you lose. It ain't no remedy after that. Once that once that boom go down, it's over with. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. And now when you got that judgment against you, you are now obligated because they can bring you back in. Y'all better stop playing. Better stop playing. Stop playing. Like I said, I had to cook today. I had to cook. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to revisit this again. I want to keep on progressing with the series. I don't want to stay stuck on one thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay stuck on one thing. I have laid it out. And I don't give a fuck about many of these motherfucking credit gurus out here. I laid that shit down for you so you can walk it. Might take some of y'all a little bit of time to understand what I'm saying, but I laid it out for you. Straight path. Straight. As fucking straight as I can get. I've been all these years. So that's what I want y'all to understand. It's not to be vindictive or anything. It's to defend yourself. Not to be malicious, but it's to defend yourself from incurring something you didn't know about. Because obviously, people who put off their paperwork don't know. I'm telling y'all, they've used that as a threat to scare you. But if they know you know what you know, they won't fuck with you. If you have your ducks in a row, proverbially, as you older people say, more mature, I should say, you can't lose. Cannot lose. Because you got everything you need. All you need to do is bring them documents in there and say, hey, here you go. You have to realize judges are bankers. I don't get that though. What do you think bank means? Look it up. Black's Law Dictionary. They're the ones exacting the accounts. See, they don't ever want you to win because that means it costs them. So sometimes the judge, if you file a lawsuit, let me tell you something. I'm gonna drop this gem. Sometimes if you file a lawsuit, the judge will act on behalf as a mediator outside the court to talk to the attorney and say, hey, might want to settle this because it's against you. They're gonna bump their heads together and I just what we're gonna do. A lot of people think lawsuits are drawn out. If you got your shit together, it might take a little minute. Because nobody likes to lose, especially them. They want you to be the one in default. Yeah, bring his ass in. Bring her ass in. Let me tear that ass up so we can get some more. Then what you gotta understand, you stand on your shit, you tell them, look, pussy ass, motherfucker, I'm ready to go. Bet you the day before, if you got your ducks in a row now, this ain't for everybody. The day before, or the day or a week before, yeah, I need y'all to come down to my office. We're gonna settle out of court. You know what settling out of court is? That's what it means. Means you don't even go there. You don't even show up. They don't even want to see your face. I'm telling y'all, that's how strong this is. It's how powerful this is. If you on your game, you got to be on your game now. They say out of court. That means we never make it there. And like I said, it's gonna take a little while. But if you straight, they'll never have to walk in there. Run that check. Run that check. Because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And this is regarding any contract in regards to commercial activity between you and another entity. But you got to be the one to be like, everybody is there. I wouldn't say everybody. Most people, their direct reaction to anything is to fear. Fear don't live here. Fear don't live here. I love it. Love it. You know why? Because when you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Yeah. So, people, glad y'all can enjoy the class. Anybody want to donate to the channel for me cooking today? Please do so. Leave my PayPal and my wife's cash app in the video description. It is what it is. I do this out of the spirit and the goodness in which the Most High has given me to do this. Because I know exorbitant fees will be charged to you for other people who ain't going to do a goddamn thing for you. I'm going to be the one to say it. I'm going to be the one to say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the one to say it. And in regards to that, you have to stand on your affairs. So the moment you get a statement, get your letter, get your paperwork together, and send it off. What you waiting on? Because if you act first and they still tell you that such and such, I didn't ask you that. Make sure your letter specifically says and leaving off on this note that you need this signed and returned to you in 10 days. It clearly says, upon failure of refusal of collector to validate this collection action, collector agrees to waive all claims against the debtor named herein and pay debtor for all costs, attorney fees involved defending this action. I need that. I need that sign. I need that sign. But I told you, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. Make sure you get them on the phone too. Hey, I sent y'all something 10 days ago. Save you time from typing because it's recorded. I got no response. Response to what? What you just asked for. You're welcome. Like I said, all contributions for the game is much appreciated. But it is what it is, people. I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't go by the law gonna definitely run you over. You can forget about that. Forget about that. Because consumer laws, again, are there to protect you, not it. In conclusion, no, don't put off your paperwork. Don't do that. Again, that's how they get you. Because all they're gonna do is drag you into court, say you didn't pay. Judge ain't gonna ask you. I'm like, look at the evidence. No payments made. Done deal. It's a wrap. You lost. But have your paperwork in order. You'll stay ahead of the game, and you'll win. Bismillah. Shout out to everybody observing Ramadan this year. What's that? We're 11. Well, 12 a.m. The object in Ramadan, become a better you. You ain't gonna do it overnight though. You ain't gonna do it overnight. That's for all my Muslim brothers and sisters. But peace and light to y'all. I got some laundry to do. Peace, light, love. Take care. Agents, yeah. Y'all already know what it is with me.